3 rough and tumbles.
And on the other side, we have Eric Campusano playing a Esper Deathblade deck. He is also incorporating 4 main deck copies of True Name Nemesis, along with your expected litany of removal spells, Stoneforge Mystics, and equipment targets to find.
We got some gorgeous lands to start and a Delver of Secrets as well. So away we go. You see Campusano does have a True Name Nemesis. And we talked about Stoneforge Mystic, and here one is.
And Nathan's 4 and black border Tropical Island very easily outclassed by the beta duels that Eric is bringing to the table.
So let's see what he's going to search for here. You see a waste. He does have a waste on his hand, does Campusano. So is it going to be Batterskull, or is it going to be another fun piece of technology here? It's going to be Uzawa Shite.
Very powerful opening for Eric.
Scalding Tarn, the card that is drawn here. And Holiday does have a copy of Fire Ice in his hand. And I think it's probably ideal just to take care of the Stoneforge Mystic now. But I think.
Oh, yeah. No, I absolutely agree. And this game could be a classic demonstration of what we were talking about a little bit earlier, where decks try to fend off Stoneforge Mystic decks with removal, but True Name Nemesis just invalidates that plan. Assuming that Nathan Fire Ice is here.
All right, Mystic bites the dust. So that's a good step in the right direction for Holiday. In for 1 with the Delver. We got a 19-19 tie. As Campusano will draw his card, draws another Stoneforge Mystic. He does have a True Name in the grip. Got a lot of cards, a couple of lands. We know about them as Shite, the Stoneforge Mystic. Going to start with a Flooded Strand, go down to 18. See what he's going to try to resolve here.
I would imagine he's going to go for True Name Nemesis. Nathan didn't show Daze last turn when he likely would have dazed the Stoneforge Mystic, so the coast is probably clear.
Underground Sea is the land that's searched out here, and if he does go for the True Name Nemesis, we've got a glimpse of Holiday's hand. It will resolve. Got Tarmogoyf Ponder in a Wasteland, 2 mana, so looks like Campusano is going to try to play around Daze to the best of his ability, which I think actually kind of makes some sense here. He's got a lot of lands in his hand. He can go get a Batterskull, and here Holiday is still in kind of the same predicament where he has to kind of take care of this now, and if he does that, then he has to take care of True Name, and he has to have the right answers line up.
Yeah. Nathan needs to get some real pressure going here to be able to fight this game, because Eric has a ton of inevitability from this spot.
Delver does not flip again. A little bit strange to see.
Yeah, I believe Wasteland was the draw for Nathan.
Got a Ponder hanging out here. Are we going to fire that off? If so, are we just looking for a bolt to take care of the Stoneforge? Are we going to Wasteland a Underground Sea? A lot of decisions here to be made.
Yeah. I mean, imagine that we're sort of compelled to cantrip first to try to find an answer to the Stoneforge Mystic, or else Batterskull's going to enter play, and currently Nathan has no answer to it.
Well, Bolt was hanging out on top, rough and tumble to follow, so that's not so bad. Not sure what the third card here is, but you see Holiday's going to consult his hand really quickly. The thing is, he wants to set up in such a way that he can not only kill Stoneforge Mystic, but he's going to flip Delver.
Yep.
So he's going to take a draw. Taxian Probe is what he's going to take. Okay, so he sets it up that way so that he can draw on the Bolt. Fire away. So we see a hand of double True Nemesis, Uzawa Shite, Batterskull, Wasteland, and a Tundra.
A loaded hand.
Yeah.
Although some of this obviously we knew about due to the Stoneforge Mysticking, but.
And we talked about True Name Nemesis at the top, and we'll talk about it over the course of this tournament. But you can see exactly how good this card is right now, because this is a real issue here. Where before, this deck kind of moved towards Lingering Souls, and, they had some creative ways to get some threats onto the board. True Name Nemesis changes the complete dynamic of this matchup, because once one gets in play, Holiday can't get off the board, and really can't stop it from just attacking and killing him.
Yeah, and under normal circumstances, if we were playing this match 6 months ago, you'd have to say that Eric, or Nathan rather, would be sitting kind of pretty, but now with True Name Nemesis, that's no longer the case.
And the interesting here, as the Bolt takes care of the Stoneforge Mystic, Holiday plays a Polluted Delta and passes the turn back, is, this turn he has to actually play Polluted Delta, and not play Wasteland and Wasteland him because he knows the opponent has more lands as Campusano draws another one. But also the Daze bluff isn't going to work anymore. Like if you were to Wasteland him and then try to bluff Daze, he has 2 copies of True Name, so he can't try to do that anymore. Well, we're going to flip, show a Rough Tumble, and then before he draws, he's going to shuffle Rough Tumble away. So good mechanics there from Holiday. Knows the interactions of his deck, unsurprisingly, since he is a Grand Prix champion.
But he's got to find, at this point, he basically needs to find an Ancient Grudge type of card to fight this game because creature removal no longer works, and many of his creatures are also invalidated.
Yeah, take a look at his sideboard here. He does have 1 copy of Ancient Grudge, looking for ways to get himself out of this situation. They are few and far between. I mean, I'm looking at, can he counter the Jite or anything like that? Yes, I mean, so is he could draw Force of Will. I don't know if that's in his deck after sideboard, however, but he's in a world of trouble because this feels like just the combo that a lot of people were assembling in Washington, D.C. was just True Name plus equipment, bash, 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 it's over.
And he just found another copy of Delver of Secrets, which is well below average draw right now.
Attack for 3 in the air because he's got to, so he's going to put Campusano down to 14. And see, the other thing too is that, Tarmogoyf, obviously incredible Magic card, just one-upped in a big way here.
Yep.
As Tarmogoyf's going to come down to the table. A lot of times when you cast Tarmogoyf, it's, all right, you better have Source of Plowshare. This thing's going to run rampant. As we'll get out our Tarmogoyf die for you guys to let you know exactly how large that thing is. Not that it really matters all that much.
They're doing a quick price check on that Tarmogoyf size.
Jace the Mind Sculptor, the card drawn for Campusano this turn. 4/5 Tarmogoyf in the house. It could be an 100, 101. True Nemesis is in the way.
I think I like playing Jite and equipping and attacking this turn.
I do too.
Gives you, I would even be fine with using one of the counters to shoot down the Delver of Secrets right away. From there, the rest of the game gets really easy. You can play Jace and bounce something, or potentially play your Batterskull their following turn, play another True Name Nemesis and equip, but he has enough breathing space, I believe, where he can afford to take the turn playing and equipping.
Yeah, I just want to get my equipment online first and then make decisions afterward. But by getting my equipment online, there's a lot of other things that I can do. But I think that's step 1 is getting the Jite online.
Yeah.
There is, it's kind of compelling to want to be able to play a True Name Nemesis here, but I think Holly doesn't have any cards in his hand, so he doesn't have to worry about any counter spells. But, you don't want to get in a situation here where, he flips the other Delver, and it's like, okay, that's annoying, and then, runs off some Lightning Bolt or something like that. Just there's a situation you can avoid.
Yep.
And I think that's the only way that he could lose. So instead, yeah, he does play the Jit, he does equip and get in there.
No, I can understand Eric's reservation here because, in the short term, you're taking kind of the least productive term, but I believe this sets the table for much better future turns. Yeah, this is exactly the sequence that I suggested. I like this play a lot from Eric.
So now Holiday's going to draw a card. He's got a 4/5 and a 3/2. He's going to start off with a cantrip. There's a Ponder. So hit 1, 2, and 3. Tarmogoyf, no Mongoose, and Lightning Bolt. And see, that's, the previous situation, if he does play a True Name last turn, the Delver would have flipped into a 3/2, and then he would have drawn, he reveals the Ponder, draws the Ponder, finds the Lightning Bolt. That's the kind of way that,
right.
Campusano could actually end up losing this game.
Yeah, he dies with like 4 cards in his hand or something like, you know what I mean? I mean, this is a pretty juicy Ponder in the abstract, but this offers him no help against the Umezawa's Jite and the True Name Nemesis, and if he keeps this top 3, it means he's basically going to be fighting against the Jit the entire game. I mean, there's 3 turns where this and 2 subsequent turns where he has no hope of finding Ancient Grudge.
But to me, it's almost like he has to shuffle for Grudge, which is a weird thing to say because it's a one-of, but I don't really know if anything gets him out of this situation.
Yeah, and he's aware that Eric has another True Name Nemesis, a Batterskull. I mean, there's no shortage of power in his hand. Yeah, and Nathan draws the same conclusion. That's a hard Ponder to shuffle away because it's so loaded, but I think Nathan has correctly identified it's going to be hard for him to win this game unless he finds Ancient Grudge.
All right, so presents it over. Mystery card coming. What's in the box? That's the question. Taxing Probe is in the box.
He's going to alt cast it again, trying to leave Ancient Grudge as a card he can draw.
And now he finds out that there's Jace and Wasteland.
Yeah.
So Wasteland takes care of the red source. He's got enough mana to play Jace. So the world is Campusano's oyster right now. What did he draw? He's reaching for mana.
So
Brainstorm. Not the best card in this situation. But all right, going to cast that.
Yep.
So hit 1, hit 2, hit 3. Goyf and 2 fetch lands, which are not helpful in this situation.
Yeah, and unfortunately now this sets up, next turn where Eric can do something like attack you with True Name Nemesis, kill your Insectile Aberration, play Jace, bounce your Tarmogoyf, and wasteland you or something like that, where Nathan's going to really struggle to keep up in this game. And Nathan, again, he basically has to keep the fetch land because, again, the only card he's really drawing to give him any prayer here is
Grudge.
Is Ancient Grudge.
Mm-hmm. So you see the attack for 7 there. Campusano is going to take some damage, but if you've ever seen him without his GT in action, it's going to undo a lot of the work that is being done by Holiday. Path Exile will do it too.
And that's another dagger here.
Mm-hmm. That's at this point, I almost feel like the window's closed because Path's going to take care of Tarmogoyf, GT is going to take care of the Insectile Aberration, not to mention the Jace that is looming here. So Holiday's going to shuffle up his deck because he actually knows the top cards from Brainstorm.
Right.
And what he's doing there basically is he is, quote, searching his deck for a basic land, failing to find it, and saying, oh, I didn't find one, and then shuffling his deck. And now Nemesis is going to come in, and you saw Campusano deploy another Nemesis, so he says, shoot that down. 1 counter left. You have no cards in your hand. I've got 2 True Names, and he's going to pick up the rest of his permanents. So Eric Campusano is going to move him to 5-0 with Esper Deathblade. Nathan Holiday, the Grand Prix San Diego champion, he takes his first loss with Rug Delver, and you can see right there, True Name Nemesis in fair matchups, completely bonkers.
It's